debut episode of Can-Am Rising StrongStyle. I'm Steve Sorensen.
And I'm Abraham Action Jackson.
Today you're going to be watching a tag match between the Empire of Marcus Marquez and Josh Alexander versus
Rocksteady Alex Vega and Brent B. Roll the clip.
We got some serious talent in the ring tonight. The Empire of Josh Alexander and Marcus Marquez taking on Brent B and Alex Vega.
One thing that's been lacking, I think, has been tag teams, and I'm happy we're starting off with a tag team match here, and I'm also happy that we're starting off with something that I've been wanting to see for a long time, and that is the Empire. I've heard a lot of rumors about the all-consuming Empire. Tonight, we get to see what they can do.
Well, we're definitely going to find out if they've got what it takes, and if they're just rumor or if they're actually strong to go. All right, so we've got Alex Vega starting off with Josh Alexander. Now, Vega's giving up a lot of weight here, but he's definitely got the speed to make up for it. Quickly out of the corner, just like I said.
He's almost mocking him a little bit there.
I would too. I mean, you know, if he can piss him off, maybe he'll be able to get him off his game and be able to use his speed and his intelligence to his advantage. Alexander with the headlock, takeover. Another headlock takeover by Alexander. Into the head scissors.
Look at the quickness that we're seeing here out of these two.
Alexander's a big guy, but he can definitely go with anybody. As much as Vega's got an advantage on speed, it's not enough that it's going to be able to get him through this match. He's got to be able to, he's got to stick and move. He's got to hit when he can and make quick tags to his partner, Brent B, or they're not going to be able to survive these guys.
Oh, look at that.
Now you look at Josh Alexander here. He's been a champion in numerous federations throughout Ontario, and he's quite a catch for Apollo to be able to bring in for his Empire.
And he brings in a lot of experience from all over Ontario. And I've seen this guy before. And
quick cover one.
He's going to fit into the strong style that we have going here at Can-Am Rising.
Absolutely. As much as I'm not a fan of his tactics, Alexander's definitely got the skills.
And this is the kind of fire that Otis Apollo is putting under these guys. The Emperor of the Empire. They've got them conditioned. They've got the resources. He's got the attitude. I think this team, especially a guy like Josh Alexander, what he brings to this team is going to go far here.
See Vega, he's definitely not playing to his strengths. He's trying to out-muscle Josh Alexander, and it's just not going to work. Oh, he moved. Oh! Wow. Again, definitely not the smartest move on Alex Vega's part.
I think we underestimated him here.
Oh, Vega with the small package. 1, 2.
Now, if that was me, I would have went for the tights.
Rolls up Alexander. Big arm drag. Alexander with the arm drag. Misses the drop kick. Misses the headbutt. Looks like we're at a bit of a standstill.
They're both a little quick for each other, I think. Here.
This is the kind of action you're going to see in all of our matches here, folks. But I'm still amazed at how quick Alexander is for such a large man.
Absolutely. And some of the action we're going to be seeing later on is the big episode 4, the main event, Tyson Dukes versus Phil Atlas for the Border City Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
Phil Atlas has been working his way up for the last 10 years for this opportunity. He tried once and wasn't quite able to take out the champion. Is this going to be his night?
I think Tyson's got his number here. Tyson's got the experience. Tyson's got the edge. Tyson's got the attitude, and I think that title is staying exactly where it is.
Now it's our first look at Marcus Marquez getting into the ring. Big double elbow. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. That was a big move, but that's not enough to keep Vega down.
No, sir. But I like the double teaming.
Now, as big as Alexander is, Marquez is actually almost a little bit larger. If you see him in the gym, you'll see that these two will just go back and forth trying to outdo. Nice arm drag by Vega. Big hip toss. And another arm drag. Vega's starting to get his feet underneath him. But if you watch Marquez and you watch Alexander when they get into the gym together, you'll see these two just push and push and push. And here comes Brent B.
You know, and that's the kind of drive you need to really go here, to really survive and get an edge. At this level, you just got to keep pushing yourself and pushing your partner. That's what a great tag team does. They're constantly pushing each other. They're constantly trying to outdo, and through that, you will get chemistry, and for that, you will just dominate every other team that is out there.
Now, Brent B here is a fantastic athlete. He's been working his way up through the Ontario scene for the last 5 years. I've actually had the opportunity to train with him in the ring for a while. And I can tell you, I have not seen an athlete of his caliber, as you can see right there with that phenomenal arm drag. I've not seen an athlete of his caliber in a very long time.
You know, this guy's got a lot of skill, but I'd like to see him actually commit to wrestling. It looks like he's still a little committed to basketball here. Helps his high-flying abilities, I guess.
Well, if you can dunk, you can drop kick.
There you go.
Now, I have to give credit where it's due. I'm not a fan of Apollo. Tag here to Vega. Not a fan of Apollo. The guy's a bit of a jerk. But you know what? He's went out and found himself some primo talent in his empire.
You know, he absolutely knows where to find the
Double
talent.
team by Vega and Brent B.
I also know he doesn't like you very much. I mean, I'll tell him what you're saying about him.
Hey, we've had our differences of opinion. I think he's a jerk. He thinks he's not.
I happen to know he's a jerk, and that's why I like him.
Nice drop kick by Vega, going for the pin. 1, 2. Now, Brent B and Vega have been tagging for a couple of years now through Squared Circle out of Toronto. They've also made a few trips up north together to the Timmins run and have had a marked amount of success up here. Here's another cover. 1, 2.
And that may be the edge because they do have a lot of miles on the road together. Sure, Otis Apollo has the empire. It's the all-consuming empire. But there's always guys coming and going out of the empire. You never know who's going to be in the empire each week. You never know who's going to join the empire next week. But when he puts two guys together, he makes sure they're trained and he makes sure they have chemistry before they go out there.
Well, here's the problem. It's great to have all this talent on paper there, Jacob, but unfortunately, talent on paper doesn't always mesh. How many times have the Yankees won the series in the last 15 years? Once?
Well, you know, that's a good point. Being a Tigers fan, I'm all happy about that. And that's what you mean about chemistry. It comes down to chemistry. A team that is built from the ground up is way better than a team that you put money into. But at the same time, money still can buy victories. Otis Apollo, the Empire, they have money. They will get victory.
Well, will they win the battle or will they win the war, though? That's the problem. And you've got a team like Brent B and Alex Vega. They're in this for the right reasons. They're not here for the money. They're not here for the fame. They're here because they want to be the best athletes in the world. And they want to show everybody that they're better than everyone else. Big kick by Alexander. Look at this jerk.
Just brutal. I love it. I think Otis has got this guy well trained. Now wait a minute. You just called the Empire about double teaming. What are we seeing here right now?
Well, I see the referees counting to 5. They've got a 5 count to get into the ring there, Jacob. So right now, everything's perfectly legal. And Alexander, 1, 2, and see Alexander again. Alexander was not tagged in. That's the difference. It was a legal tag. Alexander just came in to save his buddy.
Well, you just mentioned the 5 count. He had more than a 5 count there to come in and save his buddy.
But you get the 5 count when you tag. Big chop by Vega. He hurt himself on that one. Jeez. Now see, Vega himself, he may be a little smaller than Marquez, and he may be a little smaller than Alexander, but this guy has a lot of strength. Oh, look at that!
No, there was
big
no
spine
excuse.
buster.
No excuse.
1,
Take
2.
a shot at the Emperor there.
A shot at the end. Did you not see Alexander just clock Vega?
Oh, he was just swatting a fly or something. I don't know.
And now Alexander finally tags into the match. Thank you very much. Look at him go to town in that corner.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
You can see Otis Apollo smiling and looking on at his accomplishments.
He knows he's hitting a 5-star restaurant after this with all the victory money they're going to make tonight. He's more than happy about this.
How do you know this?
Hey, you know, I've got good contacts with the Empire. I'm one of their boys. I'm in like Flynn with these guys, man. I know what's going on in the inner workings of the Empire. And like I said before, I don't like you very much.
Well, I mean, cover. Bit of a simplistic cover by Josh Alexander.
Look at that. You see what I'm talking about now?
He's Otis Apollo. He's telling
They're
exactly
gonna get
how
the
this
worst
goes.
beating of their life.
This is a man who has got
Big
this
chop.
Empire organized.
He's gonna take more. Oh, and a massive kick from Alexander. Look at him go to town.
This is just brutal right here.
Yeah, it's the wandering samurai. Cover by Marquez, 2.
There you go. Brent B's cheating right there. It's okay for these guys to do it, but not the Empire. Come on.
Hey, turnabout is fair play. Once when you keep doing this to them, they're gonna have to fight back and fight dirty eventually.
I think the Empire has right of ascension here, don't you?
Josh Alexander, known as Ronin. Ronin is actually an ancient Japanese term that translates to a wandering samurai that has lost its master. Josh Alexander was trained by the great Johnny Devine, and unfortunately Devine is no longer overseeing his talent, as he was made quite the interesting offer from Otis Apollo.
Absolutely, and Otis Apollo knows how to recruit these guys, and Johnny Devine was trained in the Heart Dungeon. Johnny Devine, he exemplifies strong style. That man was just brutal in the ring, and he was brutal on his trainees, and it shows here in the Empire.
Quite the grimacing look on Marcus Marquez's face there. It's almost like he felt bad for all the punishment that Vega was taking. Not really. Vega firing back. Oh, Alexander with some big forearms and drags him back to the corner.
And this is just a brutal exchange here, and some chemistry, some clinical tag team work here between these two now. Just isolating him from Brent B, just pounding on him and maneuvering him in the corner here.
Marquez with the big delayed back suplex. He's got to get out of this corner. He has got to make a tag to Brent B. There is no way he can survive being pulled apart by these two monsters.
A bit of disgusted look on his face there. He wants that. That should have been a 3 count.
I'll tell you this, as much as they pound on Vega, as much as they chop and kick and punch and choke him, he is never going to stop fighting.
Pretty hard for an unconscious man to keep fighting.
Look at this. Now he's got him in the corner. Where's the referee? He's choking him. Come on.
That's what happens when you deal with the Empire.
Well, Otis Apollo's pointing at it. He's trying to show the ref what's going on. It's not his fault the ref isn't seeing it. Where's Brent B? Is he distracting the ref in the other corner?
Brent B is trying to help his partner, and here the referee can't even get his head on straight. This is just ridiculous. D. Alexander's stalking Alex Vega. He knows he's got him. He knows he has him in the exact spot he wants him, and he's going to take him apart piece by piece. Vega with the big roll out of the corner and a giant Hurricane Rana.
Showing out a bit there with that cartwheel, but oh!
Oh, he ducks out of the corner and makes the tag to Brent B. B with the shoulder block. Flips into the ring, and another Hurricane Rana. Look at that. Big clothesline. Here comes it. Oh, and there's a big back elbow. Brent B just firing.
The Empire just needs to get back on their feet here. They just need a little breath. I think Brent B just needs to back off just for a second here, let him catch his breath, because it's...
Brent B running into the corner, big forearm. Brent B totally in control, gets the reversal. Big backflip out of the corner. Nice leapfrog. Another, oh, and a backflip. Big drop kick. Look at that man. This is ridiculous.
Look at the height this guy gets. Now, hold on, this is not a burlesque show here. This is finally getting rid of that best.
It's not that big. Brent B with the chop. Marquez with the tag. Brent B doesn't notice it. And clotheslines Alexander out of the ring.
And beautiful timing there by the umpire. Totally distracted Brent B. He had no idea what was coming. And you might say that's a little bit of back jump in there, but I say that is brilliant strategy.
Brent B with a nice sit-out powerbomb. 2 count? No, not quite enough. You see, I think Brent B lost his focus there a little bit. He turned his back on Marquez, not realizing the tag had been made. He's young, he's very athletic, but he's still got a long way to go before he's going to be able to make all those things work together.
Oh, he's got to stop showboating. I think that's probably his biggest problem. He's taking the eye off the ball and eye off the prize here, and it's going to cost him.
Brent B going for what looked to be a sliced bread. Unfortunately, he got it. Oh, and a big kick.
A little bit of miscommunication there.
Marquez goes for oh, brutal kick to the face of Brent B.
Say goodnight, baby.
Oh, Michinoku driver to Vega. 1, 2, and he kicks out. I told you, I said it once, I will say it again. Alex Vega will not quit. Alexander and Marquez setting up for what looks to be a devastating maneuver. Oh, Brent B cuts him off. Marquez ducks the clothesline. STO. Brent B with a high jumping knee. Alexander with the duck bite.
Oh my God, brutal clothesline.
And Vega with a nice recovery, nailing a kick to the head. Let's take a look at the carnage we just experienced. Brent B with that nice rolling knee, and oh, Alexander with that devastating clothesline. Discus lariat.
He lost his shirt already. He's going to lose everything else with that clothesline. It's like a car wreck out there right now. Bodies everywhere. Nobody on their feet.
Everyone trying to work their way up. Alexander and Vega back and forth. Now this is not the spot you want to be in against Alexander. You cannot win a slugfest with him. Unless you start kicking. And now Vega chop after chop. Kick to the chest. And a nice forearm to the ear.
You're going to have to put about 50 of those on Alexander to keep him down.
Alexander with a short headbutt to the stomach. Then goes after Brent B, losing a bit of focus. Oh, super kick. God. Brent B with the lung blower.
Beautiful combo move there, but oh!
Vega with the cover. 1, 2, and Marquez breaks it up again.
I almost think Otis Apollo, the Emperor here, underestimated this team. They've got a lot of fire and they've got a lot of chemistry. These quick moves just might be doing the Empire in here.
You know, with a guy like Alexander and a guy like Marquez, it can only take one solid shot to knock you out. But if you're hitting 3, 4, 5, 6 different shots in a row, they don't have time to hit you with that big shot. Brent B setting up for what looks to be a wheelbarrow. Cut off by Marquez. Oh. And the sit-out pile driver. 1, 2, and the kick out. Here comes a replay. Look at it. Oh, just a disgusting pile driver.
Pretty much drove his knees right into his face with that, folded him up.
Here we go, Marquez setting up for, I don't even want to know what. Alexander misses the clothesline and Brent B rolls through. Out of the way of the clothesline and all the partners collide.
A little bit.
Oh my God, look at him fly. We have to see that one more time.
Look at the clearance he got over that top rope there. Devastating.
And look Look at that combination between Vega and Brent B. You've got to be kidding me.
Good Lord, what
And
that
here
must have
comes
taken out of him.
Apollo. Look at this. Ref, get him out of the ring. There is no need for him up
Apollo's,
there.
he's just up there making sure that nobody's hurt from that brutal maneuver there.
Brent B, I love you. This is the greatest thing I'm going to see in all day, all week, all month. Big shot.
There is no excuse for that. Come on.
And there's no excuse for that. Alexander with the cutoff, the low shot between the legs, setting him up. This could be ugly. Oh, it was ugly.
And there's some payback for what he did to Otis Apollo.
1, 2, 3.
Josh Alexander, Marky Marquez, the Empire!
And a huge victory for the all-consuming Empire.
That was a great effort by Brent B and Rocksteady Alex Vega.
Hell of an effort, but I don't know who's going to be able to stop the Empire, especially with that jerk Otis Apollo following them around. Now don't forget to check out our page, facebook.com/CanAmRising. We've got Facebook, you've got Facebook, we've all got Facebook. This guy, he's got Frobook.
You can also follow us on Twitter @CanAmRising, #StrongStyle. You can also follow me @IsActionJackson on Twitter.
Now coming up in the next few weeks, we're going to have a match between Border City Wrestling heavyweight champion of the world, textbook Tyson Dukes. He's going to be taking on challenger Phil Atlas. Phil's been working for the last 10 years to make this opportunity happen. Is this the day that he finally takes the belt off the champ? Let's hear a few words from champion textbook Tyson Dukes.
Phil Atlas. Here we go again. You think that being the champion is about speed, agility? You think it's about strength? No, man, it's about being passionate, having passion for the sport, and having heart. Come on, man. It's about being the absolute, the pinnacle, the best. I'm a champion for a reason. I've held that belt for 4 years. I've knocked everybody off that mountain. Everybody. Names. Indie workers. Everybody. I've even beaten you on one occasion, haven't I? And here we go again. You want to climb the mountain again, slowly making your way up. What do you think's going to change, man? What do you think you got that hasn't happened before? The only thing that's changed is I've gone from textbook to a cyborg. You know why? Because I'm the relentless machine. I'm the guy that keeps on coming. And when your tank is well and dry and I keep going, what are you going to do, man? At the end of the day, I go away with the belt. I have the title. I have the medal. And all that's left for you is to climb the mountain again.
Some very strong words from champion textbook Tyson Dukes.
We'll see if you can back them up in the coming weeks.
Thanks everyone for watching. This here's my bro with the fro, Abraham Action Jackson.
And this is Steve Sorensen.
We'll see you next time on Can-Am Rising Strong Style. Now everybody, dance.